5 News at Noon starts now.
An alleged DUI in Sequoyah County is upgraded with manslaughter charges. We'll have the details in minutes. And a closer look at Arkansas laws that are aiming to improve safety in work zones. Why some say these measures are vital to helping save lives. Plus, a whole lot more this afternoon. But we start with learning more details about Ghislaine Maxwell's interview with the Department of Justice. CBS News has confirmed that Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirator did not say anything in the interview that would implicate President Trump. It comes as the family of Epstein accuser Virginia Giuffre is speaking to CBS News.
None of this feels normal and none of it feels above board.
The family of the late Virginia Giuffre, who became one of the most vocal Jeffrey Epstein accusers, is questioning the treatment of co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell, serving a prison sentence for sex trafficking.
She wasn't a victim like the narrative is trying to change right now. She was an active participant in the abuse.
Why are we listening to a known perjurer? I mean, I think if anybody needs to be heard, it's the survivors.
Maxwell, who is appealing her case and seeking clemency, is also arguing against the Justice Department's request to unseal grand jury testimony in the case. In Maxwell's roughly 9-hour interview last month with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, a source tells CBS News that she did not say anything that would harm or implicate President Trump.
I didn't talk to him about it.
President Trump told reporters he doesn't know what was discussed, but indicated he has complete confidence in the Deputy Attorney General, who previously served as his personal attorney.
It's not an uncommon thing to do that. And I think he probably wants to make sure that, people that should not be involved or aren't involved are not hurt by something that would be very, very unfortunate, very unfair to a lot of people.
On Capitol Hill, the House Oversight Committee issued subpoenas for former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. In 2019, Clinton's office said that while he knew nothing about the terrible crimes Epstein committed, he took 4 trips on an Epstein plane in 2002 and 2003. The House committee also wants to hear from former attorneys general and DOJ officials who oversaw federal investigations of Epstein. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, on this Wednesday afternoon, you probably woke up either this morning or right now. You're seeing a little bit of that kind of milky white in the background. That's some of that wildfire smoke from out west. You can see it in the background here in Poto, as well as some puffy cumulus clouds starting to develop. 91 degrees, a little bit of a south wind. You can see gusts at about 20 miles per hour. That's helping fuel a little bit of warmer conditions. Thankfully, air quality is okay. It's moderate, but a lot of it's staying elevated due to the fact that we don't have a cold front pulling down that smoke. Now, the feels like across the area, northwest Arkansas will be more in the mid-90s as we go through the rest of this afternoon. And for the River Valley, be in that near triple digits, if not hitting the triple digits. So while not as hot as we saw last week, it is still going to be pretty hot. We'll see this trend continue through the rest of the week. We'll talk about that more coming up in your full forecast. Tiffany.
All right, thanks for that, Danny. Well, we're learning more about a deadly drunk driving accident that happened early Sunday morning. New information is coming out of the district attorney's office in Sequoyah County. Police say 20-year-old Cambry Wright allegedly hit and killed a man while driving on the wrong way of I-40 near Salisaw. Wright was first charged with an underage DUI, but that was then upgraded to manslaughter after more evidence was made available to prosecutors. District Attorney Jack Thorpe noted that Wright is the daughter of a former Sequoyah County Sheriff's deputy, but emphasized that the relationship played no part in the investigation.
The Sequoyah County Sheriff's Office is not necessarily involved in any of the formal aspects of the investigation, and certainly that's not any factor that we will consider when we are working the case or working toward a disposition in the case.
Wright was able to bond out of jail on her lower DUI charge, but Thorpe says the amount of her bond will increase now that she is being charged with manslaughter. If found guilty, Wright could face life in prison. Well, a group of Arkansas death row inmates is filing a lawsuit claiming a new law allowing nitrogen gas to be used for executions is unconstitutional. Attorneys representing the prisoners filed the lawsuit on Tuesday. This new law would allow the state to use nitrogen gas to execute a prisoner who's facing the death penalty. Arkansas is not the only state using nitrogen gas for executions. 5 prisoners have been executed by nitrogen gas in Alabama and 1 in Louisiana. The last time a person was sentenced to death row in the state was in 2018. And the Springdale Police Department is adding new advanced cameras that can capture information like license plate numbers. Police Chief Derek Wright says that the cameras will supplement existing cameras in the town. He says that they will be installed on easily visible poles and traffic lights. Wright says that the cameras come with new software that will allow investigators to type in a suspect's license plate number and find where they've been spotted. He expects the cameras to be installed early next year. And local schools are rolling out the new bell-to-bell no cell policy this school year, a statewide ban on student phone use during school hours. Leaders say that it could bring real change in and out of the classroom. At Greenland High School, a strict no phone policy has already been in place. Students must keep their phones turned off and stored away during class. Administrators say since the change, students are more focused during lessons and more social in the hallways and lunchroom. The shift comes as schools statewide adjust to Act 122, which bans phone use during the entire school day.
They were all talking to one another. No one's head was buried in a device. It was really fun to see them interact and engage with one another and conversate.
Baker says students are playing games, chatting more, and feeling less pressure to stay connected online. The school hopes the policy will build stronger relationships and improve classroom focus throughout the year. A proposed student housing development near downtown Fayetteville will not be moving forward after the city council voted it down. The project would have replaced 2 apartment complexes, but not without displacing dozens of current tenants. Core Spaces, a private developer, was asking the city to rezone nearly 3 acres off Center Street and University Avenue. This is to make room for a student housing complex called The Hub. To address concerns, the developer worked with city staff to offer a developer's commitment, guaranteeing 37 affordable units and $10,000 in relocation assistance for tenants who would be displaced. But some residents say that that doesn't go far enough.
Not only do I live there, but 2 of my employees live in one of the buildings that are nearby. And my team is only 8 people. So to think that 3 of us would all be in a period of displacement, trying to find places to live, moving far away, being financially burdened.
Ultimately, the council voted 5-1 against the rezoning. The developer declined to comment, but says that they're still exploring other options in Fayetteville. Well, for years, you've had to pay to park in downtown Fort Smith, but not any longer. Fort Smith City directors just last night gave the final approval to a plan to remove parking meters in a majority of the downtown area. The idea of removing the meters has been kicked around for the last couple of years. As part of a trial run, it's been free to park since the beginning of the year.
It was a journey I encouraged us to go on coming up on 2 years ago. And I know that there was questions, but it was always an honest process that everybody brought to the table to assess, real world outcomes from this. This is it's a big deal, and it's a big change to how business is done downtown.
The only exception will be the parking spots surrounding the Sebastian County Courthouse. The county will maintain those meters. Well, this week, lots of new Arkansas laws signed earlier this year will go into effect. Brooke Buckner breaks down the ones affecting how and where we drive.
Whether you're a new driver or an old one like me, we all have some new laws to learn, and a lot of them have to do with road work safety.
It can be fast and it can be dangerous.
That's David Stinnett describing what it's like working on the roads for RDOT.
Our folks are sitting there trying to fix a hole in the road or mow grass or, take care of issues that are safety concerns for the public. And so oftentimes our people are within just a few feet of those people driving by.
And road crews aren't the only ones that deal with it.
Just slow down and move over. That's simple to do.
Tim Moody with J Hook Towing has seen a lot in his years working in the tow truck business. And unfortunately, he says a lot of it isn't good.
A tow truck operator's on the side of the highway. We average lose 1 every 6 days that's killed across America.
That's why Moody says he supports new laws to better protect road crews. Starting now, fines are doubled in mobile work zones, green flashing lights are on all RDOT construction and maintenance vehicles, and there's more information about work zone safety in the Arkansas Driver's Manual and test.
We need to work together as a state and try to make this happen and try to save our lives.
That's where Robert Bennett comes in. He teaches our newest drivers at Thompson Driving School.
They're going to expand this section to include statistics, penalties for speeding and other violations when workers are present, and they're also going to include some worker testimonials, which will really help the student understand the significance of slowing down in the construction zone.
And the lesson starts now.
Today, as a matter of fact, will be the day that we talk about construction zones for the kids, so I'm excited to kind of pass this information along.